Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3303. This is where I take a look at the news and happenings in and around Elite Dangerous. Today I take a look at the alien puzzle along with a few ongoing problems. There's a massive collection of lore from the alien ruins themselves. The next settlement in the Formidine Rift mystery has been located, and there's a great tool for locating those hard to find planetary coordinates. The investigation into the ancient alien ruins continues. Many dozens of commanders have been out that way, and they continue to try and unravel the puzzle. This particular mystery has a number of tantalising rewards to it. Not only is there a potential bonus of a 100 million credit reward for everyone who gets involved and solves the puzzle, but there's also ancient lore and history of the alien race that built the ruins here. Unfortunately, players have hit a bit of a brick wall on this puzzle, and it seems that it could potentially be broken. Some questions have been addressed towards Frontier, but unfortunately they remain quiet on the issue and yet haven't responded. Amongst many other questions, the most common questions are as follows. Is the puzzle equally solvable on all game modes? It appears from player interaction that the obelisks that we need to scan when out there behave differently in open than they do in solo. Is this an intended design, or is it a flaw in the puzzle itself? Another observation that players have made is that if you load the ancient objects into your ship's cargo hold and then fly up above the ruins, when the players down on the surface make the relevant scans, you will automatically receive the decoded data as well yourself. This seems to be a little bit strange, so people are wondering whether or not this is intended or unintended. And unfortunately the puzzle has been hit with a number of bugs and server lag. Sometimes when you make a scan of the obelisks, you don't get the message until many minutes later, and sometimes you even have to log out and log back in again before that message appears. It's this particular problem with the server lag that's making the other issues uncertain as to whether they're purely game design or down to bugs or a mere reflection of some sort of server glitch. Having additional gameplay like this added into the game really is fantastic, and with it being a part of the mystery is a nice addition too. However, players are putting a lot of work and time to solving this puzzle, so it'd be nice to have a little bit of confirmation one way or the other from Frontier. The lore and history being unlocked at the ancient alien ruins really is a true wonder to behold, and it is now being collected on a single website. You can see all pieces so far discovered at Remlock Industries. The data itself is broken down into a variety of categories. There's one on technology, one on lore, there's a category on language, one on biology, and another on culture. So if you want to read up on all this history without actually having to go out to the alien ruins yourself, you can do so by checking the link in the video description below. It's a very interesting subject. Towards the end of last week, a rather large step in solving the Formidine Rift mystery was made. A settlement was located on a remote planet out in the Formidine Rift that's nearly 10,000 light years away from inhabited space, and another was found in the opposite direction towards the Conflux, another location of equal distance from humanity. Now there is a third area that's involved in the Formidine mystery. That is the Hawkins Gap, and that is basically east of the solar system, again at a distance of 10,000 light years. Now up until recent, a settlement hadn't been found in that location, although it was known that one should be there. Now this has now been located, so that means that 3 bases have been found, one in each zone. Each of these bases contain a part of a story that points towards some strange goings on out in the depths of space. Now the hope is that these stories, that this information could provide the key to finding the path towards the Formidine Rift itself. So what is the Formidine Rift mystery? Well, the thing is, no one actually knows, and it's starting to look like to understand the Formidine Rift, you actually have to see it for yourself. The fact then that a third settlement has now been located could well prove to be a vital step towards solving this mystery. If you want to find out more information on the Formidine Rift, do check out the link in the video description, which will take you to a forum thread where you can read up everything you could possibly want to know. The Distant Stars expedition has got underway. This is a rather unusual expedition from the founders of Distant Worlds. The idea here is to go to a star cluster that was previously unreachable. The star cluster in question is called the M67 Elysium. It's far above the galactic plane and way out of reach of traditional jump engines. It was hoped that with the arrival of Synthesis and the engineers, that we would then be able to go to M67, but even with that extra boost, it still proved to be way out of reach. But now the neutron star boosts have arrived, and they make the cluster within reach of humanity at last. It was for this reason that the Distant Stars expedition was founded, and although it may well be a suicide run because there's no proven way back, over 300 commanders have signed up for this. It requires an Anaconda with over 55 light-year jump range, so the requirements are pretty tight. If you want to find out more, do keep an eye on Dr. Kai's YouTube channel. I'll link that in the video description below, and on top of that there's also a forum thread. You can see the link to that as well. Long-time players of Elite Dangerous should be familiar with the unofficial webcomic Fangs by Lee Hutchinson. He's been acted again and released the latest issue, and you can see that on his website where the saga continues. Fangs is a noir-inspired comic chronicling a story set within the Elite Galaxy. I've been a long-time reader of this comic and it never fails to impress, so do head on over and check it out. You can see the link below. It's well worth a look. If you're anything like me, you'll often have a problem navigating around the planetary surfaces. With the arrival of many mysteries lately, with the ancient ruins and the location with the Formidine Rift, it's become more important than ever to be able to find the locations on the planetary surfaces by using the longitude and latitude coordinates. Now unfortunately the in-game tools are very sparse and there's no real good way of actually finding these locations other than to really know how these things work. Fortunately for us then, forum user Dry Gin has been on the case. He's put together a very handy tool which you can use on his website that will tell you exactly how to get to a particular set of coordinates. Now the way to use this tool is exceptionally easy. You simply head on over to the website. You can see a link in the video description, and once there you add in your current planetary longitude and latitude coordinates. Next you need to add in your destination coordinates, and the website will then give you a bearing to head towards. Basically then, nothing could be easier, and I have a feeling that this tool is going to prove essential over the coming days and weeks. That then brings us to an end of this episode of 3303. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.